Hi everybody, and welcome to this Grace Note. Today I want to talk to those of you that are finding it difficult to focus or feel that you have lost your mojo. Maybe you're feeling blocked creatively. Maybe you have an assignment or a seminar or a talk or a coaching session or a big presentation that you're supposed to be preparing for and you just can't get yourself together. So this will be really helpful to those of you listening to this today. And first I want to sort of just share with you that there's preparation with a small p, and then there's preparation with a capital P. Preparation with a small p is where we kind of look at, the details of what it is we want to be saying or presenting or sharing. And it comes from the intellect. We have an idea about what we want to share and we start getting it prepared. But whilst that's helpful, I want to talk a bit about preparation with a capital P, because this is the place where, focus just comes on its own. And preparation with a capital P is the preparation that you do to get yourself grounded, settled, relaxed before the presentation, before the video, before the coaching session, before the Facebook Live, whatever it is that you're just feeling you're not able to focus on and get content on right now. Preparation with a capital P is all about really you getting quiet. It might mean reducing whatever's on your schedule. It might mean asking for help in the house. It might mean delegating. But it's whatever you need to do to create space, to give yourself space. And it's this spaciousness, it's this experience of space that really allows you to come into clearer focus. Most of the clients I work with are highly driven, very ambitious, from political leaders to entrepreneurs to coaches and fashion designers. I mean, there's a real mix of people on my radar, but the one thing that all of my clients have in common is that they're under pressure to perform. They're under pressure to present and appear. And so it's important in those moments that you really get yourself grounded. You really get yourself to a state of grace, as I call it. And how do we do that? Well, there's a couple of things. The first thing is you want to remember that there's wisdom in the moment. So for all the preparation and all the focus you might have, it never really adds up to the beauty of the wisdom that comes through in the moment. So this can be scary for those of you that are used to having everything done by the book and having all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. But this wisdom in the moment that comes out, I have found, and my clients have found, it's a beautiful flow. It kind of surprises you what you start to share, what you start to say. And no amount of preparation with a small p can get you to wisdom in the moment. Wisdom in the moment is in the moment. It's fresh, it's full, it's rich. And it takes a certain amount of trust and faith, resiliency, to rely on that. I've seen it myself in coaching sessions where clients have presented something to me and I really haven't known where to go with it. That I've not known what to do with it. And I've seen it time and time again that this freshness, this wisdom in the moment takes over, you know, gives us a direction to go in, gives us a synchronicity, gives us an opportunity. And as we rely on that wisdom in the moment, we find that our presentations, our coaching, our speaking, our interviewing, whatever it is, becomes more in flow, more graceful, easier, less stressful, and more than anything, has a kind of magic to it that people can't help but notice. We've all been in a room when people are speaking from the intellect and they get their PowerPoint out and it's all a bit kind of bland and it's been so over prepared. There's nothing fresh there. And then we've been in the room where, you know, there's a dynamic speaker. There's someone speaking with a freshness. There's someone coaching from a freshness. Well, that's in the moment wisdom at work. And you have it within you. You don't need to be focused to get it. You don't need to be prepared with a capital P to receive it or with a small p to receive it. But you might want to consider preparation with a capital P in your life in order to keep accessing it. So if you're struggling with getting focused, if you're struggling with getting clear, if you're struggling with, you know, knowing what to say, what to write, what content to create, what to do next, I'm going to encourage you to look at that preparation with a capital P to create spaciousness in your day, in your life, most importantly in your head. When we are over-crammed with lots of thoughts and lots of information, we literally narrow the mental bandwidth, and we have about this much bandwidth, and we expect ourselves to do brilliant work with this much bandwidth. It's so unfair. But when we quieten down and we get centered and we come back home to ourselves and we're not doing everything and being all things to everyone and trying to keep up with everything, and in fact we're asking for help and we're getting support and we're listening to things that uplift us rather than sort of take us away from ourselves. Well, now we're opening the bandwidth, and as the bandwidth opens, we have more capacity for focus, creativity, direction, clarity. Life looks easier, possibilities look like they're everywhere. And that's all we're really looking for. You know, we don't want to go into a coaching session, a presentation, a seminar, a Facebook Live, you know, an interview with a very, very narrow bandwidth. And I see so many people do that very innocently. You know, they work their butts off right to the midnight hour, then they get a tiny bit of sleep, an anxious sleep, and they get up the next day and they're already on the treadmill, you know, rushing, caffeine rushing, and they get to whatever moment it is they're going to be in, ready to start a coaching session, ready to, you know, I don't know, present something. And the bandwidth is like that. You know, anything they did prepare has been forgotten anyway, because there's no space. So a couple of ways you'll know if you have no space right now going on is you'll feel scattered. You won't know what to focus on. You could be sitting at your desk trying to write something or create something for hours and still get nowhere. You'll feel the pressure, you'll feel urgent, you'll feel a gun to your head, you know, to get stuff done. But I want you to use those feelings as feedback that you want to look away from preparation with a small p and you want to go over to preparation with a capital P, where you start to allow yourself to slow down, get some space, ask your partner or whoever else or your business team for more help. and you get your feet on the ground. Because I can promise you, as that bandwidth opens up, and as you rely on wisdom in the moment during your presentation, during your coaching session, during your writing your blog, during your Facebook Live, whatever it is that where you're communicating, as you rely on wisdom in the moment from this open bandwidth, the world can't help but notice. It's very attractive, it's very fresh, it's very appealing, and it leaves people with a lovely feeling. And it's the feeling about you that they remember, not the powerful PowerPoint and brilliant words that you communicated. And those things have a place. Those things could be very important in your industry to address. But even if they are, don't forget this preparation with a capital P, because that doesn't require you to have any sort of focus in advance of the presentation or the session. It requires you to just keep settling down, keep opening the bandwidth, keep your feet on the ground, slow down, and as you show up from that place, you'll fall into a flow, you'll surprise yourself. The things you come out with will be surprising to even you. And that's when you know you've touched that space within you where, you know, people are always trying to get to. You know, athletes call it the zone, being in the zone. And it's available to you. It's available to you as you fall away from all of the overwhelming thinking and fall out of all of the small mind preparation that keeps trying to focus, and you fall into who you are and what's available in the moment. So I hope this has been helpful, and leave me your comment below. Tell me what you're taking from this one, and let me know if I can help you. I'm working with people all the time on this area, you know, awakening this ability to perform and present and share their message with the world from a state of grace rather than a state of urgency and panic and stress. So if you'd like help with that, you can book a call with me on gracefulcoaching.net/speakwithgrace, and I'll talk to you then. Ciao for now. Bye.